All right, so I mentioned my principles for growth that we're going to step through this year. Let me walk through those real quick with you. And you can download these at tdfitness.net. But the first one is to envision your future self and believe that you can. And really that talks about determining who you want to be, or it starts with determining who you want to be and then visualizing your future self. We have to realize that goals are defined by keeping in mind the type of person that we want to be. But you reach those goals by starting with who you are and then working on your change. The next part of that is not letting limiting beliefs and negative self-talk and even what others think keep you down or hold you back. You have to believe in yourself first. Think how this is how I can and not this is why I can't. We influence our reality by what we decide is possible. And then the last part of believing in yourself is really making that leap despite the fears that we all have. So don't wait. Start before you think you're fully ready. The second principle is don't dwell on the past. Your past attempts don't define you. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. So we want to use the past to inform how we move forward, but not to determine what our next outcome will be. Number 3 is to objectively assess your readiness for change. We have to be honest about whether we're ready for change or not, or whether we're just doing this for someone else's purposes because someone else told us that we need to change. We also have to consider external stressors that are going on in our lives at this very moment, because external stressors have a huge impact on your ability to positively change. So maybe there is a better time to start. Maybe there's a period, in upcoming months where you won't be as stressed or as busy. In some of those things that are beyond your control will have gone away. So you want to consider those things as you objectively assess whether you're ready to change. Number 4 is to take relevant actions and to practice them consistently. This is the one that we keep coming back to. Habits are the building blocks of everything. A lifestyle is made up of behaviors, and behaviors are defined by the actions you take, and those repeated actions, those are called habits. Habits are key. I cannot stress that enough. As we step through those habits, though, or as we start those habits, we have to take small steps. Small enough steps that are going to create wins for us, but large enough to actually challenge us. Okay? So habits are key. Number 5, be better, not perfect. Okay? Plan for imperfection. Build in some slack so that you're not constantly going at 100%. Okay? And take action, even if it's not perfect action. Number 6, got to make it about you. Okay? Don't try to change who you are to fit a lifestyle that isn't sustainable. You have to identify your why and let that fuel your internal motivation. And then you make better habits fit your life by starting from where you are. Also make better habits fit your life by leveraging your strengths. What are some things that you're already good at? What are areas that you're already doing pretty well in? And then finally, when it comes to making it about you, you want to create your own path by choosing your focus areas and deciding your next steps. All of us are different, but the best person to be able to individualize your plan for success is you, okay? Number 7 is to prioritize your actions. If everything's a priority, then nothing's a priority. I'll just leave it at that. Number 8, you want to be accountable to someone or something beside yourself. Have an accountability mechanism, whether it's an accountability partner, some way of tracking. Accountability is key. Number 9, control what you can control and do not worry about the things beyond your control. Your environment is important, the things around you. So make your environment work for you. You can control a lot of that. Number 10, know what's beyond your control and then adjust accordingly. Anticipate those possible stumbling blocks and obstacles and figure out how you will navigate them before they pop up. Number 11, track action. Don't measure outcomes. See, when it comes to personal growth, the progress is in the steps you take to improve. It's not necessarily in the measurements that society tells us are important. So what we measure is important because it helps to feed our motivation and to fuel us. but you have to measure your ability to be more consistent with the actions that you take. Okay, so measure your progress against the scale of personal growth and betterment. And then adjust your actions and approach as necessary for continued improvement. And then finally, number 12, I want you to think long term and be patient. Okay, it's not just about the change that you make now, it's about learning to live better for the future. Okay, so patience is key here. And there will be setbacks, let's just be honest, but you have to take those in stride. So those are the big picture principles for growth that I think can be applied to so many areas of our lives. And those are the ones that we're going to step through here in 2022. You can download this one pager, these principles for growth, at tdfitness.net. And I'm looking forward to walking through 2022 with you. Take care.